Hello, everyone, and welcome to Career Up English, where we believe the pencil is mightier than the sword, and where you can level up your career by learning English for your profession. Today, we are going to begin with Lesson 1, Intro to Architecture. This whole course will be about architecture, and there are 10 lessons. Let's get started. You can follow us on Career Up English on Instagram and Career Up English on YouTube. I will drop free videos on YouTube for specific courses so you can get an insight as to what we are learning. And on Instagram, you can follow us and see what's coming as well. Start with key vocabulary. Number 1, architect. Number 2, drawings. Number 3, construction documents. Number 4, floor plan. Number 5, foundation. Number 6, elevation. I will give you about 1 minute to read the definitions on the right and match the letter with the number. So go ahead and pause the video, and we'll be back to go over these. Okay, welcome back. We are going to match the definitions with the words on the left. So architect, number 1. E, a professional who designs buildings and oversees their construction. That's all of you and what I studied in university, or what you are and what I studied. Number 2, drawings. D, visual representations or sketches that convey the design of a structure. Number 3, construction documents. A, detailed documents that provide instructions for the construction of a building. Construction. Easy one to find. Number 4, floor plan. F, a detailed diagram or drawing that shows the layout of a building from a top-down perspective. Perspective, that's another good one we should look at. Number 5, B, the base or foundation, the base on which a building or structure is supported. Number 6, elevation. C, a drawing that shows the vertical appearance of a building's facade or walls. Key vocabulary, part 2. Number 7, site plan. 8, scale. 9, exterior. 10, interior. 11, a detail, or details, can have an S. And 12, sustainable. Okay, I will give you 1 minute to read the definitions on the right, and you try to match the letter with the number. You may pause the video, and we will be back soon. Okay, we are back, and we are going to go ahead and match the vocabulary word to the definition. Site plan. L, a plan that shows the entire property and the placement of the building on it. Number 8, scale. I, the ratio of the size of a model or drawing to the actual size of the object or building that it represents. 9, exterior. K, the outer or external, exterior, external part of a building. 10, interior. G, the inside or inner part of a building. 11, detail. J, a small and specific part of a larger design or plan. Number 12, sustainable. H, capable of being maintained over the long term without harming the environment. Sustainable architecture. Wow, these projects are always interesting to work on. Part 2, fill in the blank. Here we have terms for this page. We have elevation drawings, exterior, sustainable, scale, and detail. I will give you 1 minute to go ahead and read the sentences and fill in with the term you think goes on the blank. You may pause the video and go ahead and do this, and I will be back. Okay, welcome back. We're going to start with number 1, the architectural drawings included detailed plans for each floor of the apartment complex. I give you an S here on drawings and drawings. I might not do this all the time. You have to decide if it's one or many sometimes. Number 2, the detail showed how the sink will be installed into the countertop. Number 3, the exterior of the modern office building featured a combination of glass and steel. Number 4, the architect used a 1 to 100 scale for the model, allowing for a detailed representation of the building. Number 5, sustainable architecture focuses on using eco-friendly materials and energy-efficient designs. Number 6, the elevation drawings illustrated the building's exterior design, including the placement of windows and decorative elements. Good job if you got all those right. I forgot to mention, there is the PDF. So I hope you downloaded the PDF and you can follow along with the PDF and fill these in as well. Number 7, part 2, fill in the blank. We have site plan, interior, construction documents, floor plan, foundation, and architect. Go ahead and pause the video and fill in your blanks on your PDF, and I will be back soon. Go ahead. Okay, we are back. Let's start with number 7. We carefully reviewed the construction documents before we began the kitchen framing. Number 8, the architect designed a modern and sustainable office building for the downtown area. Number 9, the site plan highlighted the location of the house, driveway, and landscaping features. Number 10, I looked at the floor plan to locate the placement of rooms, doors, and windows in the new house. Number 11, the interior design focused on creating a comfortable and functional living space in the living room. Number 12, the construction crew poured concrete to create a solid foundation for the new house. Good job if you got all of these. Moving along. Part 3, sentence practice. Create a sentence using simple past tense in the English language. So past tense will be a verb with an ed, or be verbs was and were are past tense for is and are be verbs. So you have a verb ed or was or were using the provided verbs and vocabulary word. So here I give you a vocabulary word, and here I give you the verb. So example, architect, vocabulary word, and design is a verb. You need to go with past tense, verb ed. So you use designed. The architect designed my house last year. Try to give a time if it's a past tense. Last week, last year, yesterday, something like this, while we were staying in Florida. Okay, go ahead and pause the video, and I want you to go 1 to 7, and I want you to write your own sentences and see if you can make the verbs all past tense. So pause the video and I'll be back soon. Go ahead. Okay, we are back. Let's start with foundation, number 1. So past tense for pour with it verb ed is poured. The contractor poured the foundation last week. Number 2, site plan. Show, I give you the verb show. Show verb ed is showed. I showed the site plan to the client yesterday and they approved it. I have 2 past tense verbs because I use a and. Number 3, drawings and give. Past tense for give is not a ed. You change give to, that's right, gave. I gave the drawings to the contractor last Monday. 4, sustainable, and design is the verb, so verb ed. If you remember the slide before this one, I used designed with a verb ed, so you can go back and look at previous sentences. We designed a sustainable home in the country earlier this year. Number 5, exterior. See, past tense for see is, that's right, saw. I saw the exterior of the building and I really liked it. Or I really like it, but also this could be present tense because you saw it in the past and you like it now. 6, detail. Is, I give you a be verb here. Past tense for is was. The window detail was really difficult to draw. Scale, has. Past tense for has is verb ed, had. Scale, had a scale. The drawings I sent out yesterday had a scale of 1 to 100 or 1/100. Sent also is past tense here. Okay, good job if you got some of these, if you've got all your past tense verbs correct. Number 4, part 4, describe an image for me. I want you to look at these images and make a sentence about the image. Anything. You can describe the building. You can talk about the building. Okay, you can use any tense here. It could be past, present, or future. But try to use at least one vocabulary word from today's lesson, although it is not necessary. But I would like you to try to use a vocabulary word. Okay, so picture number 1, what vocabulary words could we use? Okay, think about that and make a sentence down here. Number 2, what is this? What vocabulary words could you use? I give you a hint. 2 of your words are on the picture. Okay, and picture 3, what is this? It is one of your vocabulary words. Make a sentence. Go ahead. Pause the video, and I'll be back in a minute. Okay, we are back. Let's look at picture number 1. And a sentence I made for this picture could be, the modern building is made of steel and glass and looks like an iceberg. Okay. Part number 2, there was no vocabulary word here that I used, but it is present tense. Number 2, what is this drawing? It is an elevation. It is also an exterior elevation. So they give you these 2 words right here. The exterior elevation shows me that there are 4 windows on the 2nd floor. Part 3, this picture is a site plan, or number 3, this picture is a site plan, which is your vocabulary word. The site plan has a scale of 1 to 200. So I use site plan and scale, 2 words in your vocabulary words for today. Good job if you made good sentences. Part 5, answer these questions with a partner if you have a partner. If not, you could write down your answers by yourself. Number 1, when did you first become interested in architectural design? All of these questions are past tense. You are working on past tense today. This is a did question. This one is, can you share a project you worked on in the past? That is also past tense. What are key design challenges you faced, and how did you overcome them? Okay, so try to write answers in past tense for these. Number 3, describe a specific moment during the construction of a building where you had to make a critical decision, and what was the outcome? Number 4, how did the client meeting go last night? And were there any key decisions made or changes discussed for the project? Number 5, what were major design considerations for your last project? These are all past tense. Let's look, before I give you time to answer, let's look at some prompts. Number 1, I became interested when, or I became interested because such and such and such. Okay, these are ways you can start. Number 2, a project I worked on in the past was something, something, something. A problem I had was something, something. I punched my computer and, no, I'm joking. That's a joke, but it's funny. So how did you overcome them? Okay. Number 3, describe a specific moment. Oh, we already read the question. Let's look at our prompts. For one project, I had to decide what, blah, 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 or I had to decide where, something, something, something. Okay, where I put something. All right. What was the outcome? The building collapsed. I'm joking. That's a joke, but that's past tense. Or we worked together to solve something, something, something. Number 4, how did the client meeting go last week? It went, past tense for go, good, bad. Some way you can say this to your partner. And we discussed such and such and decided that such and such. Okay, some ways that you can fill in your sentences. And number 5, what were the major design considerations for your last project? A few major design considerations were, past tense, were such and such and such. Okay, so go ahead and use these prompts in your partner or in your answers, and we will be back soon. Pause the video. Go ahead. Okay, we are back. I hope that these questions were helpful for you and you were able to discuss with your partner or write down some of your own answers. That's it for class today. Again, subscribe and continue learning English outside of class to level up your career with Career Up English. Thank you very much for your time, and come back, please, for the next lesson. We will start architectural styles in lesson 2. We will be discussing time periods, architectural styles, how to make sentences, and talk about these items. Thank you very much for your time, everybody. My name is Teacher Matt, and I will see you next class. Bye-bye.